Hi everyone, hope you're well. We're back on the 67 Heel channel with yet another video, and it's yet another transfer video. Today we're talking about someone who has certainly got the Celtic support chatting on social media over the last day or so. His name is Caleb Ekuban, and if you believe some people, and namely Turkey, this is a deal that is pretty imminent at Celtic Park. However, I'm going to tell you on this video why I don't think it's going to happen. Now, this all originates from a couple of reports in Turkey. That's where Ekuban currently plays his football for Trabzonspor. The reports come from two publications, Haberturks and Sporks as well, and now they both say that Celtic have agreed an €8 million or £7.2 million deal with Trabzonspor for the Ghanaian forward. He's 26 years old, to come to Scotland. They also say that Ekuban is keen on a move to Celtic and that he will be coming to Scotland in the next 2 or 3 days to undergo a medical and sign with the club. So if you believe those reports, it seems like the deal is certainly on. However, I'm going to throw some cold water over the rumours and say that it's not going to be happening at all. Now, this video may go down in Celtic YouTube folklore as one of the ones that aged so badly so quickly, but I'm telling you right now, there is not a chance we're going to sign this guy. It is made up rumours from Turkey. There's very little interest from Celtic, and I'll tell you why now. But first, it's important that I tell you exactly who Ekuban is. As I say, he's a 26-year-old Ghanaian forward. He was born in Italy and he has had a mixed career so far, it's fair to say. He's in the peak of his career, so it's not a typically young signing that Celtic would make like we've seen over the last few years with the likes of Dembele, and Edouard, and even Ayeti, Klimala, players like that. So he's a bit older, a bit more over the hill than a lot of those, but other than that, there's far more reasons why I don't think this is a move that's going to happen. He currently plays for Trabzonspor in the Turkish top flight. They came pretty close to winning the league this season, which was eventually won by Istanbul Başakşehir. However, he has had a decent time for them. He arrived from Leeds a couple of years ago after originally being a player at Chievo in Italy. Now, he spent 5 or 6 loan spells away from Chievo before eventually leaving the club for Partizani Tirana, where he scored 17 goals in 16 league games. A really good campaign there. However, since then, playing in Leeds and in Turkey, he's not really enjoyed the best goal scoring form. He only scored 1 goal in 20 odd league games for Leeds United in the Championship, while even his record in league games in Turkey for Trabzonspor is only 10 goals in 51 matches. So it's hardly the kind of guy that Celtic would be looking at, really. Never mind paying what would be our second highest fee ever, in the region of £7.2 million, even more than Christopher Julian. It just doesn't add up for me, and Ekuban's scoring record doesn't suggest that the club would want to pay that much money. Quite simply, I think we could get much better value for money than paying over $7 million on a player who's only scored 10 league goals in Turkey in the last couple of seasons. Now, when you consider that we've already paid around £5 million for Albion Ayeti, who obviously came on at the weekend and had a real impact in the win at Tannadice. If we've paid that much for a striker already, and Odsonne Edouard's still at the club, Klimala and even Lee Griffiths are still there, I find it quite unlikely that we're going to pay that amount of money on another striker this summer, especially when other parts of the team, namely defence, centre-back, left-back, even midfield, needs reinforcements probably before we need another striker at present. Now, added to that, Turkish reports in general are probably best taken with a pinch of salt at the best of times. I don't know quite why they're often so inaccurate, but usually with Celtic transfer rumours, while local press in these countries can be handy to look at, mainly you want to hear it from an established journalist with good connections to the club in Scotland. And I think it's important to note with the Ekuban rumours that everything original has been coming from over in Turkey. So I think once we get someone in Scotland confirming that there's no interest in Ekuban or Neil Lennon himself when he's probably asked about it in his press conference, then we can write this one off. So while there's been no real concrete links in Scotland, at least, to Ekuban, we have also been linked with a number of other players in this country. The main one that people are talking about right now is David Turnbull. Neil Lennon's already commented on that in his pre-Ferencvaros press conference, admitting that there's an interest there, but not giving too much away. But that's one I would certainly expect to see done in the next couple of days or so. We know the interest in Turnbull's been there for a long time. Everyone knows the story about last year, about how close we were to signing him. The photos of him doing his pre-signing interview inside Celtic Park that were leaked. Yeah, it's all going to happen, so I would expect that to be done in the next few days or so, maybe even early enough for him to play against his old team on Sunday, who knows. Elsewhere, the Shane Duffy rumours continue to go. Earlier this week, we had his brother posting a photo of the Celtic badge on Instagram, I think it was. We also had Duffy himself on Instagram, using the Rangers slogan in many ways, "Let's go," to suggest that he was on the plane to somewhere. It turns out that he's probably only gone up to Scotland with his current club Brighton for a bit of pre-season training. But Neil Lennon has confirmed that we are interested in Duffy, so that's one to watch as well. Would love to see that one happen. I think every Celtic fan wants to see that. Elsewhere, links to left backs as well. Obviously, I did a video last week talking about the PSG left back Mitchell Bakker. Worth pointing out that, like Ekuban, there's been no real confirmation or reports in Scotland or even in France, really. That was just one that's been spoken about by some fans that I wanted to just tackle. But in terms of concrete links to left backs, look no further than Aaron Hickey, the current Hearts player who's been linked with Bologna and even European champions Bayern Munich. Although it seems now that he might want to choose Celtic, perhaps just the chance of first team football is obviously much greater at Celtic than at the German champions. Maybe that's the main reason that has swung that one. But, you know, if we can get Hickey in at left back, a lot of people think he's not ready yet, but he would give Taylor a bit of competition in the absence of Bolingoli. And if we get Shane Duffy or even Liam Moore, the Reading player who we've been linked with, as well as Turnbull, then I think we're looking at a pretty good summer, providing that we obviously keep everyone that's at the club already as well. So I think there's a lot of positivity for Celtic. You know, it started quite slowly, the season, the transfers, we're all getting little bit concerned. But if you add in the fact that already we've signed Barkas, who for me looks really good, and that's a future, or as a number one for now, but it's a number one for the coming years as well. He's our player. You can say the exact same about Ajeti. Many people thought that was going to be a loan at first, but he's our player now, and we've spent a considerable amount, £10 million on those two combined. And obviously Mohamed El Yunusi, who I admit is a bit inconsistent, but I think we all know he can be a good player. We've brought him in on loan as well. So if you talk Ajeti, Barkas, El Yunusi, all positive signings. If we can get maybe Duffy in, Aaron Hickey for left back, and Turnbull as well, and keep everyone else, I think that's been a pretty good summer for Celtic. But as we know, with Celtic and transfer rumours, there's a long way to go and loads of twists and turns, I'm sure.